Namaste students, I am Dr. Komal Rathore, Assistant Professor, Department of Carbohydrate, Faculty of Ayurvedic Science at JAYOTI VIDYAPEETH Women's University, Jaipur. Students, today's topic is nutrition. Nutrition, here is normal requirement of nutrition and common food sources. So start with, first is nutrition. So nutrition is the science that interprets the interaction of nutrients and other substance in food in relation to maintenance, growth, reproduction, health, and illness of an organism. A poor diet may have an injurious impact on health, causing deficiency disease. So, other words, nutrients is defined as the process of providing or obtain the food necessary for health and growth. So, nutrients is very important and it is necessary for health and growth. So in this session, we will learn about each nutrients in more detail. So we will learn about the major category of nutrients, the main source of these and their function, and how our body uses each of these nutrients for healthy growth and development. So there are 7 main classes of nutrients that the body needs. They are carbohydrates, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals, fibers, and mainly water. So it is important that everyone consume these 7 nutrients on a daily basis to help them build their bodies and maintain their health. So deficiency, excess, and imbalance in diet can produce negative impact on health, which may lead to disease. So here we will learn about deficiency and its imbalance on diet, so produce a negative impact. So next, here is water. Here is nutrients and its function. So water is dissolve and carry nutrients, removal wastage, and regulates body temperature. Protein is build new tissue, antibodies, enzymes, hormones, and other compounds. And carbohydrate is provide energy. Fat provides long-term energy, insulation, and protections. Vitamin facilitate uses of other nutrients involved in regulating growth and manufacturing hormone. And minerals help in growth of bone and teeth, aids in muscles function and nervous system activity. So main in nutrients. Nutrients is based on the amount of nutrients that each person need to consume on a daily basis. These nutrients are characterized into 2 groups. These are macronutrients, which should be consumed in fairly large amount, and micronutrients, which are only required in a small amount. So macronutrients is macro means large. As their name suggests, these are nutrients which people needs to eat regularly and in a fairly large amount. They include carbohydrate, fat, protein, fiber, and water. These substances are needed for the supply for energy and growth, for metabolism and other body function. Metabolism means the process involved in the generation of energy and all the building blocks required to maintain the body and its functions. And macronutrients provides a lots of calorie, but the amount of calorie provided varies, depends on food sources. For example, each gram of carbohydrate or protein provide 4 calorie, while fat provides 9 calorie for each gram. It is very important. Carbohydrate and protein provides 4 calorie, and while fat provides 9 calorie for each grams. So micronutrients are substances which people needs in their diet is only small amount. These includes minerals and vitamins. Although most food are mixture of nutrients, many of them contain a lots of one nutrients and a little of the other nutrients. So foods are often grouped according to the nutrients that they contain in abundance. So food that contain a lots of protein are called bodybuilding foods or growing foods. Foods that are contain a lots of fat or carbohydrate are perhaps only a little protein are called energy giving foods. So food in which the most important nutrients are vitamins and minerals that are called protective foods. So it is important carbohydrates and little proteins called energy giving foods, and vitamins and minerals called protective foods. So macronutrients is that macronutrients first is carbohydrates. So carbohydrates are referred to as energy giving foods. They are provide energy in the form of calorie that are the body needs body needs to be able to work and to support other function. Whereas carbohydrates are needed in large amount by the body. Indeed, up to 65% of our energy comes from carbohydrate. They are the body's main source of fuel because they are easily converted into energy. So this energy is usually in the form of glucose, which all tissues and cells in our body readily use. For the brain, kidney, central nervous system, and muscles of function properly, they need carbohydrate, and these carbohydrates are usually stored in the muscles and liver, where they are later used for energy. The main source of carbohydrate are bread, wheat, potato of all kinds, maize, rice, cassava, shiro, and pasta, macaroni, cocoa, banana, sweet sugar cane, sweet fruit and honey. Other foods like vegetables, beans, nuts, and seeds contain carbohydrate, but in lesser amount. Now, classification of carbohydrate is that next is protein. Protein, about 10 to 35% of calorie should come from protein. So protein are needed in our diet for growth, especially important for children, teens, and pregnant women. And to improve immune functions, they also play an important role in making essential hormone and enzymes in tissue repair, preserving lean muscle mass, and supplying energy in times when carbohydrates are not available. So pregnant women need protein to build their bodies, and that of the babies are placentas to make extra fluid. And for fat storage, breastfeeding mothers need proteins. So source of protein is the main source of proteins are meat, chicken, egg, breast milk, beans, groundnut, lentils, fish, cheese, and milk. So all animal food contain more protein than plant, are therefore usually better source of bodybuilding food. However, even through plant protein are usually not as good for bodybuilding as animal protein. So they can become more effective nutritionally when both are mixed with each other. Fat and oils. So fat and oils are concentrated source of energy and so are important nutrients for young children who needs a lots of energy rich foods. So fat can also make meals more tasty and satisfying. So fat is found in meat, chicken, milk product, butter, cream, avocado, cooking oil and fats, cheese, fishes and groundnuts. So classification of fats is fat are classified into saturated and unsaturated fats. So the classification is important to enable you to advise your community about which fats can be consumed with less risk to people health. So saturated fats are not good for person's health. So saturated fats are usually solid at cool temperature. Eating too much saturated fat is not good for the person's health as it can cause heart and blood vessels problem. Unsaturated fats are usually liquid at room temperature. This type of fats are healthy fats. For example, including fat from fish oil, seed, maize oil, and groundnut oils and breast milk. So, as a general rule, plant source of fat are better for a person's health than the animal source because animal fat contain more saturated fats. Now come to the fiber. Fiber is a mixture of different carbohydrates which are not digestible like other nutrients but passes through the guts nearly unchanged. So food rich in fiber are pocho. Vegetables like cabbage, costa, carrot, cassava, fruits like banana and avocado, beans and peas, whole grain cereals like wheat flour and refined maize or sorghum. So including fiber in a diet, fiber should be including in diet for the following reason. Fiber makes food bulky and bigger. This can help a person who is overweight in eat less food. Fiber makes a feces soft and bulky. This can help prevent constipations. Fiber slow the absorption of nutrient, so it's help nutrients to enter the body stream slowly. This is important for patients with diabetes mellitus. And now come to the vitamins. Again, vitamins are the group of related substance present in small amount in foodstuffs are necessary for the body function normally. So vitamins are also called protective food. They are grouped together because as their name implies, they are a vital factor in a diet. Now classification of vitamins is two groups, fat soluble and water soluble. As described, fat soluble A, D, E, K and water soluble is vitamin B and C and folic acids. So soluble in water and so they cannot be stored in the body. Here is vitamin A, night brand for deficiency and food sources. So function and food sources. So vitamin A causes night vision, healing epithelial cell, normal development of teeth and bones. Food sources is breast milk, tomato, cabbage, lettuce, sea, pumpkin, mango, papaya, carrot, liver, kidney, egg yolk, milk, butter, cheese, and cream. And vitamin D needed to absorb of calcium from small intestine, calcification of the skeleton. Vitamin K is for blood clotting, and it is green leafy vegetables, fruits, cereals, meat, and dietary product. And B complex for metabolism of carbohydrate, protein, and fats. So milk, yolk, liver, kidney, heart, whole grain, cereal, and meat whole, bread, fresh, and bananas. So epithelial cells from the thin layer of tissue lining the gut, respiratory, and genitourinary system. So calcifications refers to the hardening of the bone by calcium deposition. Scurvy is a disease caused by vitamin C deficiency, which leads to sore skin, bleeding gums, and internal bleeding. Now come to the minerals. So minerals are the substance that people needs to ensure the health and correct working of their soft tissue, fluids, and their skeleton. Example of minerals including calcium, iron, iodine, fluorine, phosphorus, potassium, zinc, selenium, and sodium. So outline of the function of some are these important minerals and examples of sources of food for each of these. So next is calcium, iron, and iodine, zinc. So that is calcium. Calcium is the function is giving bone and teeth rigidity and strength. Food source, milk, cheese, and dietary product. And food fortified with calcium, flour, cereal, eggs, fish, cabbage. Iron is the formation of hemoglobin. Food sources, meat and meat product. Eggs, bread, green leafy vegetables, pulses and fruits. Iodine is a function for normal metabolism of cells. Food source of iodine is iodized salt, sea, vegetable, yogurts, cow milk, egg and cheese. And fishes, plant grow in iodide-rich soil. Now, zinc is important function for children to grow and development normally. For wound healing, food sources is maize, fish, breast milk and meat. Bean, fluorine helps to keep teeth strong and water. So that's all about nutrients. It is the very important topic and many questions arises from there. So it's important to remember and it's easy to learn. I think so. So that's all for this session. If you have any query, ask me next session. I will definitely resolve your problem. So thank you. Thank you for that.